Welcome back to my face. My name is Brianna and I'm the head honcho here at Bamby Media. Today I'm doing something a little bit different. I am going to be reviewing the Rode PodMic USB XLR edition. So they do have a version of the Rode PodMic that they've had for quite a while, which we have as well, which is just XLR only. But Rode has recently come out with a version that has both USB input as well as XLR. I was keen to review this because we recommend microphones to our clients and others all the time. And so for me to get something from Rode, which is a brand that I really know and respect, that has a USB option as well as an XLR, it does potentially create a situation where you can have the USB to begin with and then upgrade to the XLR input if you want without having to buy a separate microphone. So what I've done is I've recorded a bunch of different tests for you. I've recorded a passage from this book only, The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse. So this same passage from this book is great book, by the way. So we've got the XLR input with no pop filter. We've got the XLR input with the pop filter. And we've got the USB input with the pop filter and without. I've also done USB straight into the iPad using the lead that comes with the actual PodMic in the box. And then I've also done the Rode PodMic USB straight into my iPhone 14 Pro. That requires a separate cable. In my case, I used the Rode SC19 cable at the 1.5 meter length, but there's also another cable that you can get for it as well. And you will need to download the Rode Central app in order to get that kind of set up and working well. You can put some extra processing on that using the Rode Central app as well, just for the use cases that you may want, right? You may want it to be like I have it here in a full-on setup with all the lights and all the fancy things, or you may want to just plug it straight into your phone or your iPad. You may not even want video. You may just want to do it that way. I wanted to see whether this could be the most versatile microphone for a podcaster. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play you now all the different things, and then you can see whether you can tell the difference. The result may surprise you. XLR input, no pop filter. Do you have a favorite saying? Asked the boy. Yes, said the mole. What is it? If at first you don't succeed, have some cake. I see. Does it work? Every time. Plugging the USB into the Satechi Hub that then plugs into my Mac computer. Do you have a favorite saying? Asked the boy. Yes, said the mole. What is it? If at first you don't succeed, have some cake. I see. Does it work? Every time. USB input with pop filter. Do you have a favorite saying? Asked the boy. Yes, said the mole. What is it? If at first you don't succeed, have some cake. I see. Does it work? Every time. XLR input with pop filter. Do you have a favorite saying? Asked the boy. Yes, said the mole. What is it? If at first you don't succeed, have some cake. I see. Does it work? Every time. USB into iPad with the cable that came in the box. Do you have a favorite saying? Asked the boy. Yes, said the mole. What is it? If at first you don't succeed, have some cake. I see. Does it work? Every time. USB into the iPhone 14 Pro using the SC19 cable from Rode. Do you have a favorite saying? Asked the boy. Yes, said the mole. What is it? If at first you don't succeed, have some cake. I see. Does it work? Every time. Okay, what did you think of that? Basically, it sounds very similar. It's going to make it so easy for you and a lot cheaper to just use the USB, not even needing the XLR, and you can feed that through anything that I've showed you, whether you want it straight into your computer using a hub, whether you want to use the iPad, whether you want to use the phone. You could use just the cable or the SC19, as I said, just going straight through to the phone. And that's it. That's all you would need. And you can hear that the sound is very good. If your ears are a little bit more attuned to sound, you may have heard that when there was the iPhone or the iPad especially, there was a little bit more of a higher pitch kind of sound. It picks out more of the sort of sounds, but you didn't hear that so much in the XLR sound. In the XLR, it sounded a little bit warmer. And the USB straight into the Mac also had a little bit of the but not enough for it to be a huge deal. All of the levels had been leveled so that they were all kind of a similar sound. I will say that some of them had to be boosted more than others. So for example, the XLR had to be turned up higher than the USB one straight into the computer. So the USB was like a stronger signal, whereas the XLR, which is going through my Focusrite Clarett, that needed more boosting in my DAW, or in the sort of system where you're actually editing. But the difference is quite negligible. This is probably now, I'm gonna say it, my new favorite microphone to recommend for podcasters. And I would suggest this, as you can see here. I've got this on a Rode PS1A Plus boom arm. You can get different boom arms as well. The reason I like this particular boom arm is because it's very quiet on movement. So this microphone is really affordable. I'm going to put all the links to everything that I spoke about today in the descriptions below. If you do use any of these links, please know that these are Amazon affiliate links. We're affiliated with Amazon. I didn't choose to review this just because I wanted affiliates. I really just wanted to review this microphone for myself, for my use, to then show our clients. And this video will be shown to our clients as well. For anyone that's interested in a new microphone setup, then just go and get this microphone. I'd like to thank Rode for actually releasing this microphone. I think you've done an incredible thing here by doing this. This definitely competes with the Shure MV7. I used to recommend the MV7 for the same purpose, but this microphone to me sounds nicer than the Shure MV7 as well. And I also like that Rode is an Australian company. If you're loving this kind of video and you're getting value, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I will do more of these if you're interested in them. You can put in the comments if this is the kind of thing that floats your boat and you want me to review more things. I love it. It's very cool. So thanks for being with me today, and I hope you have a lovely day.